Hello, today we're going to give you some notes on 1C called Triangle Angle Sum. This is in Unit 4 for Semester 1. Our main idea today is triangle angle sum, which is a theorem, which is a rule that has been proven over and over again, and it goes like this. The sum of the measures of the angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. Now, on this picture, that means angle A, B, and C, when I add the three measures of those together, it's always going to total 180 degrees. It does not matter if it's an acute triangle, a right triangle, obtuse triangle, it will always be 180 degrees. Fact. I mean, there's no debate that needs to happen. So, number one, let's just go through some of these. So if I know two of them, so in this case, 24 degrees and 37 degrees, and then this unknown one. If I want to find the missing one, I know all three of these are going to add up to be 180. So the easiest way is to take 24 plus 37, take that total and subtract it from 180, and you're going to get 119. So that would basically be 180 minus the total between these two is 61. And you get an answer, the missing angle is 119. Now throughout these we're still going to use not only this new idea that we got, but we also are going to use vertical angles, we're going to use linear pairs to help us find some of the missing angles. So let's go here to number 2. So I have inside the triangle here, I've got two angles. So with triangle sum, I can find this one right here because I want to find angle 1, which is out here. So if I take these two and add them together, I'm going to get 128. If I take 180 minus 128, that's going to give me 52. Now that 52 is this angle inside the triangle right there. Okay. Now some of you will start to see a little pattern here. Angle 1 and this 52, they are a linear pair. Linear pair adds up to be 180. So when I take 180 minus the 52, we'll go back to 128. So the missing angle is 128 degrees. Number 3. I want to find angle 1. So I need to know these two. If I know these two inside the triangle, that will help me find angle 1 using triangle sum. This angle right here that has nothing marked on it is a linear pair with 104. So 180 minus the 104 is 76. So this angle inside here is 76. Then I use that to help me find the missing angle, angle 1. So if I add these two together and subtract that from 180, 79 plus 76 is 155. When I subtract those, I'm going to get 25. That's angle 1. So you can see it's just a matter of taking some of those other ideas that we've talked about before and using them to help us on just within these triangles. Again, linear pairs, vertical angles, and now my new triangle sum. So sometimes you have to go through a series of things. So you can see here I've got a triangle on this side, on the left. I've got a triangle on the right, and actually I have another larger triangle that encompasses all of it. So the easiest way to start is what triangle do you have two angles of? Or what can you find? So 66 and 84, I've got those two. They together total 150. So that means the third angle is going to be 180 minus the 150, which is 30. So angle 1 is going to be 30. Now to come over here to get angle 2 and angle 3, I have only one angle in that triangle, but I can find this third one here, angle 3 here, by doing a linear pair. Remember, a linear pair is just going to look at these two angles right here, the 84 and the 3. So when I take 180 minus the 84, that's going to give me 96. So angle 3 is going to be 96. And then I can find this triangle here, 96 plus 43, subtract that from 180. I'll do that right here. Now, all of this you can do on your calculator. So you don't necessarily have to show all of this, but I'm showing it so you can get the steps here on what we're doing. Number 5. So we've got, again, 3 triangles. We have a little one over here. We've got a right triangle inside here, and then we have a larger right triangle. So all 3 of those triangles, the 3 angles are going to add up to be 180. So let's take a look. Where do we know some of the angles? So in this little one, I know a 90 and a 43, an angle 1. In the little one, the little sliver one here, I've got 12 degrees, an angle 2, and angle 3. And then in the larger one, I've got 90, angle 3, and then these two together. So let's start with the one that we know 2 angles with. That'd be angle 1. So I go 90 plus 43. I would take that total 133 and subtract from 180. So angle 1 there is 47. Put that right in there. Okay, then you can figure out either 2 or 3. So 2 is going to be a linear pair. Remember, linear pair are these two here that form a line. So 180 minus the 43. It's going to give me 137. So angle 2 is 137. It's kind of hard sometimes in these little spaces here. That's 137. So now I've got this little triangle. Again, there's several different ways you could find this one, but this little triangle has 137 and 12 and angle 3. So 137 plus 12. I'm going to subtract that total from those 2 angles from 180. And that will give me my third angle, 31 degrees. Okay, why don't you stop for a second here and see what you can do with number 6 and number 7, and then we'll answer that in the next video.